Hi, my name is Irene. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me. Through life, I've felt like you tend to see a lot of things that either bring you joy, or they bring you fear, or they bring you sadness and pain. And regardless of who you are, you tend to go through these things in life. You tend to know times when you enjoyed yourself very much and times that you really had so much pain. And regardless of who you are in life, you may be a janitor, you may be the President of the United States, but you will go through these things. They are going to be painful times that you're not going to be able to do anything about. And there will be times that you will enjoy yourself in life. I feel like sometimes we make up things because we think about things and we make them real to ourselves. And we act upon our thoughts in ways that the thoughts actually end up giving you pain. And unless you realize that certain thoughts in your life is going to bring you pain, you will never know peace because you'll always be thinking about the painful things and making it happen over and over. I believe that life is all about knowing what is true and what is not true. And like the sun shines in the morning, and if there's clouds outside, you don't see the sun. And that means you cannot define what the sun is that day because you really cannot see it. The same way your life is driven to an area where if you don't see the light, you cannot follow the light. So you must first of all know yourself. You must know internally who you are before you start projecting anything outside. And a lot of us have gone through life. We've set ourselves goals. We have done a lot of things. And those things have left us empty. They have brought us short-term joy. And after you get what you want, you really still feel like something is missing inside of you. So I'm looking at a point where we are all getting to a point of knowing ourselves better and treating your neighbor, your coworker, your family, the world in general as your brother or sister. And it is important that you know yourself and not judge other people because you really don't know yourself. We can take an example of foods that we like. You may like a grilled sandwich, and I don't like grilled sandwich. I may like a peanut butter sandwich. Does that mean grilled sandwich is bad? No. Does it mean that the peanut butter is bad? No. You may not like it. So the reality of life is that what you do depends on who you are and how you view things. And if you look at it as if someone somewhere is doing the wrong thing and you're the one doing the right thing, you've puffed up yourself and you've really lost yourself. A Course of Miracles says that nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Meaning, whatever is not true, it's just a short-term thing. It is going to go away. Whatever is real never goes away. And I look at it this way. There's a teacher I love, Wayne Dyer. He talks about your body. When you think about the time you were born, that little body that you had has grown up to an adult. It has grown up to an older person, and now you're a different person. You never changed. The person inside of you never changed. The body changed. So everything you look in life, you have to ask yourself, what's real? You hear people talk, you're listening to me talk. Some things that I'm going to say are going to inspire you, and some things are not going to touch you, because the spirit that is in me can speak to the spirit in you. And that's why they say inspire, meaning in spirit. So if what I have to offer you does not speak to your spirit, you don't get anything out of me. But somebody else will come and speak to you and you get something out of them. So the spirit is what's real. What is inside of you is what is real. What is outside changes. And that is what brings us to know what is real, what is the truth. And it said the truth does not need to be defended. Scientists have sat down, they've really tried to explain the beginning of the world. They've explained what atoms are, energy, air. Everything has been explained in a scientific form. But it's interesting that science is merging with religion now, and everything seems to be pointing to one thing, that there's a divine power in control of something. And all of us have different names for it. Some of us call it God. Some of us call it universe, some of us call it Buddha, some of us call it Jesus, whatever you want to call it. There's a divine power, it is energy, it is whatever you want to call it, but there's something that controls what happens in this world. This is the law of attraction. The law of attraction says that whatever you think about, you attract to yourself. There's no doubt about that law. It's absolute, just like the law of gravity. It is absolute. If you throw something down, it's going to fall down. The same way with the law of attraction. Whatever you think about is going to be coming to your life. So that brings me to the point where we talk about what is deep in your heart. What is your thought? How do you look at life? What causes you pain? What causes you joy? And these are feelings that most of us don't get in touch with, and we search for years. Some of us search for them in cars. Some of us search for them in houses. Some of us search for that feeling in clothes. Whatever you think is really good for you. And so many of us are trying to attain a dream that is not even real. The dream is there. You want to be an actor. You want to be whatever. I want to be a public speaker, but if it's not you and it's not natural, you're not going to be. So I feel like we have to start deep inside of us and get to sift what is not true and what is true. Be real and honest to yourself, and then you can see other people and actually accept them for who they are. Because if you're living a life of a lie, you go, shopping to feel better. You go do something to feel better, and then after you attain it, you really don't feel better. I traveled from Africa. I came here because I felt there was so much more here. And I'm glad that I did find a lot here, but coming here did not fulfill my life. It only added things, and I call them stuff, because you get the car, you get the house, you get the job, you get the money, and then you still remain unhappy. So I've been trying to figure out what causes me happiness, and the only real thing that I've known is that you have to be truthful to yourself. You have to be honest, and you have to know what is true. And that person in you who has grown from a 5-year-old child, from an adolescent to who you are today, has never changed. That person is you. You're still going to be Jamie. You're still going to be Chris, because that's who you are. The person inside of you is still going to be there. But the body that you hold now is going to change. So the way you know what is really good for you and what is your real purpose in this life is that it should be a natural thing for you. It should be something that deep inside of you brings you joy. If you think about, I'm going to be a movie star, and then you start right away worrying, oh, I'm going to make so much money, and how am I going to protect this money? So that brings me back to the point of, there are two major emotions in life. We have the emotion of love, and we have the emotion of fear. Most of us are driven from the emotion of fear. And because of the fear, you actually go out looking for things, hoping that they will give you satisfaction. Once you get them, they actually bring you fear, because now you're in another stage. How will I protect what I have? And you continuously go into this craziness, and you want more and want more and want more. And you never feel fulfilled, because you continuously want things. The fear makes you want to control other people. The reality is that you cannot change any other person. You can only change yourself. And people feel like, oh, blah, blah, that is talking about metaphysics. It's not metaphysics, it's reality. Nothing comes on a silver plate, you have to find it. And finding it is knowing that you are the one who holds your future, you're the one who knows who you are, and you're the one who can bring change. I love a quote by Martin Luther King. He said that you don't have to see the whole staircase, you only need to take the first step. And the first step is actually taking a step to know you, before you try to figure out what someone else is going to be. If they eat whatever they eat it for their own reasons. You don't have to eat it if you don't like it, but you don't have to tell them that what they're eating is bad. I don't like pizza, but that doesn't make pizza bad. I eat it sometimes, but everybody's got likes. And stop your judgment, stop thinking about other people's things being wrong, because they have reasons why they do what they do. Terry Cole talks about, what you think about me doesn't matter to me. Truly, that is the truth. Whatever someone else thinks about you doesn't matter. You wake up, you go out and you buy yourself something you like. Then you're worried that somebody else says it's not nice. None of my business. You don't have to like what I have or what I do. It's none of your business, and it's none of my business to know what you think about it. So if you start from that point, you realize that yourself, in your heart, you have to be honest, and you have to figure out what this truth is. Get to look at the clouds and find out where that sun is. Because when that sun comes out and the light pops out, it's beautiful, and that is the truth. That does not change. You don't wake up one day and say, today the sun's not going to shine. It's none of your business. You cannot control that part. So the same way you cannot control how the universe is moving and how things are, you can control yourself by thinking the thoughts that actually make sense and bring you joy in your life. Now, we have to think about pain and also think about how fear affects us, and we end up getting ourselves in a lot of pain that we could avoid. And I feel like at this point in my life, I am more of a teacher and a student at the same time. It's said that you give and you receive, and from what you give, you tend to always receive it. When you offer a chance for someone else to learn and heal, you're healing yourself. And that's why I'm looking to do these monthly meetings to see how we can help each other, because I believe this is a fight for all of us. We are not perfect. I am not perfect, but I believe that by helping each other figure out, where is this truth coming from? Whoever you believe, who is this person who is in divine control of life? How do I control the thoughts that come in my mind so that these thoughts do not bring me harm? And I have to tell you that all the things that you think about are made up. You can look at me, 10 people can look at me today and say a million different things about me, because you really make it up in your head and you believe it. Some people say, oh, I'm not good enough. You really made it up, because it's the same way effort that you're going to use to say, I'm really good. And that's all it takes. It's the same effort. It's a thought. So I feel like I am in the process of getting to another place in life that I would love to see a brother or sister come to that point and actually do what is necessary for ourselves to actually heal our lives, heal our family, where we work, the people you are with, and even the world in general, because a unified goal, if we all can realize that what you need is what I need love, and I need to be validated. The same thing, if I realize that that's what you need, I don't judge you. I don't look at you like, why is she doing what she's doing? Because I realize you know what is best for yourself. And I know what's best for myself. And the fact that you do not judge me allows me to be who I am. And I allow you to be who you are, because God made us, each one of us, with a unique power and a purpose in this world. We all bring it all together when we can walk in harmony. So I believe that the world needs unification, and I believe that we all started from where we are. We could do it in our families, we could do it, whatever you can do it, make whatever you can make. And because this is something that is very passionate to me, if you're interested in joining us, we'll be meeting at the Hampton Inn on Route 9. The address is 2361 Route 9. And it's going to be between 12 and 5 o'clock. You can also check me out on YouTube. And if you need to contact me, you can reach me via email through irene.chege20@gmail.com. I hope to see you then. Thank you very much.